Hello everyone, welcome to the second session of lesson 9. So, in this lesson, we're gonna learn three syllables, l, s, and ch. So, these three syllables are made by three consonants. So, lir, xiu, ch, and a vowel, u. So, in my opinion, the vowel u is a little bit hard for foreigners to pronounce. So don't be discouraged, but pay close attention to the sounds and your practice. So here we go. L, L, 요구르트, L, 요구르트, yogurt. So yogurt is known to be healthy food with famous varieties coming from Greece and Bulgaria. I have tried Greek yogurt, but I found it to not be my style. So I'm more adapted to sweet-tasting Korean yogurt. So people say the plain yogurt is good for our health, but people also love putting honey or strawberry or blueberry fruit inside to make it sweeter and a more filling snacks when you can eat it anywhere. So yogurt has become the popular snack for those trying to lose weight. But if we eat it with other snacks added in, so that's a lot of the extra sugar not good for losing weight. So it might be hard to eat just plain yogurt. So I think it would be better to eat yogurt with fresh fruit to add sweetness and health benefits without too much extra sugar. L, 오르다, L, 오르다, climb. So what I usually do increasing lung capacity, swimming or running. I usually go hiking. Around my area, there are many steep mountains of middle difficulty that I can use to practice my the breath control and exercise on. So climbing mountains is one of the easiest ways for people who love sports to get a good workout. So I try to climb regularly by myself or with my mother. So on the mountain, I'm faced with many moments where I lose my breath, I get exhausted, or work very hard. This moment also require me to keep working, I press on, I take a rest, and know I can overcome. So the moment I'm finally at the top is a real thrill for me. So I think the mastering Korea would be a hard course for you to climb up, but don't give up. We'll be with you guys. L, L, 가르치다, L, 가르치다, teach. So do you know the purpose for this channel? Is to teach the Korean language for foreigners. Sadly, we're just meeting online. We make this video as if I were a teacher in real classroom teaching you kindly the Korean language from A to Z. So when you prepare a script and the content for our video, we often search for other videos of how to teach a language to foreigners online. There are so many teaching styles on YouTube that we are always thinking about which styles would be better for our subscribers. So every moment when I'm taking this video is a challenge. I just hope that our subscribers love this video so much. So guys, keep sending your heart on our channel. Don't forget to like and subscribe. And keep posting your comments and suggestions. And we will try hard to keep improving our lessons for you guys. So we appreciate you all so much. S, skate, skate. So I love watching all sports programs, especially baseball is my favorite. But I also love watching the Winter Olympic because the highlight of winter game is skating. So exciting matches include speed skating, and short track, and figure skating, and ice hockey. So among them, I love to watch speed skating and short track the most because the Korean players are doing their best on each match. the skill of Korean athletes compared to the skaters from the Netherlands, Canada, and United States makes for a dynamic drama, So another attractive point of the skating are the techniques that allow athletes to compete to so skillfully, So it's thrilling. So in winter, I sometimes go to the skating rink with my friends. I can't be sure if the 2022 Beijing Winter Olympics will be held because of coronavirus, but if it will be held, I will cheer for Korean team skaters. 스, 으, 스, ski, ski, ski. So I've been studying in Switzerland recently, but now because of Corona, I cannot study there. So winter is lovely season in Switzerland, and many tourists visit there for the skiing. So specific regions such as Interlaken, we can see many people from the Swiss area and all over the world bring their ski equipment to ride from mountain top to the town. So some people climb the Alps mountain, and others take the Jungfrau train. So at each train stop is for skiers, and the backpackers are well prepared to welcome tourists and the visitors. So I've had the opportunity to ski the mountains in Switzerland, and I believe it was a smoother ride than in Korea. So now, the weather in Korea is the end of autumn and entering into the winter. I'm not sure if I'll be able to go skiing this year, but I will make a plan for a future ski trip. 스, 으, 스, 스핑크스, 스, 스핑크스, Sphinx. So when you hear the word Sphinx, what comes to mind? People commonly think of Egypt and the Giza pyramids because the Sphinx sits right in front of them. So as well, some might think of the riddle of Sphinx in Greek mythology, especially the story of the Oedipus. But here is another interesting place related to the Sphinx name. At the summit of Jungfrau Joch in Switzerland, there is an observatory called the Sphinx Observatory. So there is no Sphinx stage, and rather, it is named for the rocky summit known as Sphinx. So the Sphinx Observatory is a famous spot in Jungfrau Joch because a famous James Bond film was filmed there, and the fans come to see the recognizable sight. So a Sphinx Observatory is also friendly for Korean because we can eat Korean ramen and take a picture with the Swiss flag and of the beautiful snow landscapes. I cannot explain how wide and amazing the view is, so you must go there in the near future. So you should. One more tip. There is a delicious chocolate store in the Sphinx Observatory. 츠, 으, 츠, 와이셔츠, 츠, 와이셔츠, 와이셔츠. So let's talk about this item, waishas. Most of you are familiar with t-shirts, but some aren't familiar with the phrase waishas, right? So if you saw the film Kingsman, you can see the main character go to tailor to make his own suit. Having custom-made clothing like this is called the bespoke clothes. So made just for the wearer. So the tailor measured the size of suit jacket and white shirt for him. Here I need to explain that a white shirt is the item of clothing also known as a button-down shirt or the dress shirt. These are worn with a suit and ties. They have measured curves and look best in formal wear. So the name white shirt developed from the shape of the shirt collar when open. It forms a kind of Y shape. Ever heard these terms before? The white shirt and bespoke. These words are known in Korea because of popular the Samsung commercials. but they are commonly used in Japan as well. Anyway, turning back to the main content, a tailor-made clothing gives us the sense of quality and the pride as tailor focus on making the best waishas and suits for customers. However, it's common in Europe and here in Korea for tailor shows to be replaced by ready-made goods. I can understand people are more likely to choose cheaper and more convenient ways of shopping, but I appreciate the living history of tailors. Have you ever visited a tailor or been to an event that needed special made clothes? Leave your story in the comments. 츠, 으, 치, 부츠, 츠, 부츠, boots. So boots are an essential fashion item. Back in history, boots were originally made for men in Carolingian dynasty of Middle Ages. So in the beginning, boots were made of the cow leather and designed for men. Over time, the heels of the boots got higher. So when kings rode their horses for hunting, they also wore boots to prevent themselves from getting dirty. So throughout time, the style and the function of boots have evolved, and they have also become a popular fashion item among women. So on YouTube or on TV, you can see women wearing boots in fashion show. So marketing and sales at department store also focus on women shoppers. In entertainment, there are famous mentions of boots. So the first is the musical The Kinky Boots, and the other is the famous character. So perhaps you know the cat, right? So Puss in Boots is very famous and old. The character of children's story and the nursery the rhymes. So he even makes an appearance in the movie Shock. 츠, 으, 츠, 티셔츠, 츠, 티셔츠, t-shirt. So I have a lot of interest in fashion, so I'm always searching clothes online. So t-shirts are a comfortable clothing item that seems to match well with jeans for most occasions. But I worry when I wear t-shirts and jeans what others will think of my image. My mother doesn't mind my buying clothes, but sometimes she complains that I have no space to put them all. So I understand my mother, but I want to have my own clothing room. One day, when I have my own house, I will have a single room for clothing, just like celebrities do. So, this is the end of our lesson. So, I'm so grateful that you're still studying Korean letters and words, but it gets difficult. So, when I see the replies to our writing practice trying these words, it gives me a good energy and makes me smile all day. So guys, keep up the good work everybody. So, see you again. Bye bye.